Thank you for pointing that out.
No connection to Portnoy's complaint. And Joseph Roth, Jewish writer who died in Paris just on the eve of the Second World War of acute alcoholism. Poor old Joseph was a bit of a write-off when the Germans marched into Paris.
Well, of course, it's a subject you know something about as well. Do you think that you felt a kind of empathy with him for your past Hellenistic days?
I hadn't thought of that. I wasn't in Paris, though, when the Germans marched in.
No, you're not that.
You're referring to some other similarity. But, yes, hedonistic. I really don't think alcoholism is very hedonistic. Very few terminal alcoholics having a great time. I can assure you.
I was trying to be polite.
Oh, you are polite. We all know what you mean.
Let's talk about that book, The Radetzky March, a bit more, because it's been described as standing between the 19th and 20th centuries. Yet with this portrait it has of this rudderless society, the loss of ideology, the emptiness of sort of social escalation, which is what happens with the Trotter family, isn't it? It's very much a novel of our time, isn't it?
It is. I like always the art and literature of, as it were, the pre-cataclysmic art and literature. Things that are painted and written and composed before some tremendous social upheaval. And of course, the world changed after the First World War. This book concerns itself really with this family in those days before the war, and Roth really gets the feeling of it, this impending disaster.
What do you think pre-cataclysmic literature offers?
Well, it just offers a lot to me. I've always felt on the brink of disaster. And it has an intensity. There's no question of it. When you listen to music that was written just before the Second, or books that were written right on the eve of that disaster, there's an energy that is absent from things that are just confected in a time of tranquility and peace. Roth was a very sensitive writer. Perhaps, indeed, he was so sensitive he had to drown his sensitivity in drugs and alcohol. He did, nevertheless, manage to write quite a number of books, all of which are now in print.
Your wife has described the hilarity with which you enjoy your own jokes, sometimes in the comfort of your own office, even. There's nothing laugh out loud in your book choices, really, is there? You're reading the kind of dark yin to your comedy yang.
I haven't produced anything terribly funny. The South Wind is funny. The Radetzky March isn't. And my other choice, The Monk, which was a book Mrs. Bird produced. I think you're ready for this, Mr. Humphreys. And it was called The Monk. And it was written by a man called Matthew Gregory Lewis at the age of 19. He was very rich. His father had great estates in the Caribbean, sugar plantations. And Lewis wrote what he thought would be a kind of, not exactly a bodice ripper, a sort of habit ripper, because it was about nuns and monks doing inappropriate things, really.
She lifted her arm and made a motion as if to stab herself. The friar's eyes followed with dread the course of the dagger. She had torn open her habit, and her bosom was half exposed. The weapon's point rested upon her left breast, and, oh, that was such a breast. The moonbeams darting full upon it enabled the monk to observe its dazzling whiteness. His eye dwelt with insatiable avidity upon the beauteous orb. A sensation till then unknown filled his heart with a mixture of anxiety and delight. A raging fire shot through every limb. The blood boiled in his veins, and 1,000 wild wishes bewildered his imagination.
I found it not only funny, but also rather, can I say this, arousing.
You can.
It
Anlegern garantieren, egal was ihr macht, ihr bekommt alles wieder zurück. Das ist das eine, was man in der Situation festhalten muss. Das andere ist, es wird so unsäglich viel geschwätzt über den Euro. Schauen wir uns doch mal die fundamentalen Daten an. Als der Euro gestartet ist, da waren wir ungefähr bei 70, 80 Cent gegenüber dem Dollar. Heute sind wir bei 20.
Not so long ago, the Japanese toured Wales and they made history by becoming the first Japanese touring rugby.
Hello, mate.
Yeah.
Take pictures in this store, mate.
It's not a picture. I'm looking for a disability scooter.
Sorry?
Disability scooter.
You don't have it.
You should have. You should do like so.
It's not. It's only in big stores. They have.
Yeah, but
not in small stores.
so what if a disabled person come into small stores? They can't have it like that.
We don't. There's no facility for disability scooter in the store. So.
Okay, cool. Oh shit!
You want this, sir?
Yeah. Just got light
Yeah,
on
you
me.
want to?
I'm just filming this, all right?
Sorry?
Filming this, all. Permanent outdoor set, Warner Brothers, Ranch, California. There's something at a ranch. Now what they made a salad of it, separated the meat in from the hugely located track outside the sound stage. The speech actually coming from the mouths of the actors. Although the cinemas, rejection made, and the aspects of film were represented in public cinema. Dog's buttocks, a beating, should be administered where it could not injure him. Yorkshire, they will never do well there. Double bassoon, best double plays. The objective of each player is to take the other whites and move them diagonally to an empty square, which is looking to a place to relieve himself. The dog's brain moves apparently slowly. King Road. Not to them again. Bow hunting, blind man's bluff, what's the hiding game? The Council for Promotion of Field Studies holds an intensive study of the all birds Scott held. A prescribed route suffering various setbacks, flatters to play, big business, and the imaginary scum of Whitechapel Road and Mayfair. By paying its value to the title deed. And then we got Jack O'Connell, the young Curtis manual, the comfortable stance, the forward defensive stroke, the weave, the position of the off drive,
13.
the method of scoring, the placing in the field, the battling, he is caught, and he stops the ball, field in positions, and the old coach Tom Emmett is used to defence the left line and hang out the back of the sole arbitrators of 1947. And now they groom and rearing puppies, occasionally giving the dressing of the soap. His food shall no account of feed venerable and feeding in health. A dog kept entirely in the house without access to the garden. Shout short outcomings of several times a day, tearing flesh, crunching bones, good raw, fresh marrow bone, poultry, fish, and small chopped bones, which splinter easily and should never be given to a hard dog biscuit. Lager harder, better, serves the same game purpose. Either this bone or that bone, given the first thing in the morning, suffices to break the dog's fast, provided the toothbrush drill is necessary for the well-being of the duration of his life. And here it is again, the fairy tale enacted. The hounds, 15 of them, good exercise and much fun, can teach the one a great deal about natural history and comedians of the Italian commedia dell'arte, who, acting with the masks in mind, spontaneously invented dialogue and became popular all over Europe in the early 16th century. Right. Small man, the cage, one variable clockwork, electric and sleepers, plays a very important part in the development of suitable lanes. Devices, Germans, the flanges were fitted, the engines never run the track satisfactorily. But the Royal Aero Club in probably Yorkshire, the way I'm going, one of these, the mahjong pieces. The top row are 4 winds, the red, the green, the white dragons. The next row is the circle of the cylinder slate. by by a Greek peasant. Mathematicians from Windsor to the Polytechnic Stadium, Chiswick. They flock together, and that's where they give birth. The Cosmo Hounds moving off to draw a convert near Oakham. What are they going to do? Aniseed. They surround them with the aniseed. People with the ability to see visions in the crystal known as scryers. Barry, often scries. And the quality of the visions are said to vary. Usually the crystal grows milky or misty, sometimes black and white. Still pictures emerge. More gifted scryers hold that they can see coloured, moving images, while the most gifted say that the crystal disappears before their eyes and appear to be actually witnessing the scenes it reveals. Another equally ancient form of fortune is of netism, kind of automatic writing, especially in the East. Prophetic words are written by a supernatural agent, SC607. Visual programmers, because music is written for the ear, it is especially suitable for the medium of broadcasting. Bandstands, big orchestras, and people who have no consequence, but many works in composition in 1470 BC by a loudspeaker in the studio, and especially by a microphone, and welding them into harmonious, attracting tasks. Since when the narrator in London gives them their cue. Cornet, bridge, action bridge. Tenor, to be regimental dance. Thank you, Edith. Quarter volume for 2p in the Dutch bookstall. Snappy Davy. Blossoms at Kew Gardens. The book collector usually works on definitive principle of selection. Darwinism, rare plants. Southampton. Sawfish found commonly in the Bay of Panama. What are they doing there? A tiger hunt on the border of Nepal. A line of elephants is beaten through the long grass. The animal coaxing rather than driving the animal towards the hunter. High dwelling, nearby waiting, the beast to return, close enough to shoot. The tarpon, a great game fish. Attacked by sailors and fishermen. The spokesman steers his captivity towards a convenient beach and jumps at a public school wearing number 34 in a small ditch with women athletic watching them. The Federation Sportive Feminine Internationale. For the middle distance, Anderson, Pearson, Gustafsson and Strand watching by. Small road, often travelled, little appreciated, while the Ministry of Scandinavia depletes. A league match in Highbury. Oh, that's where you're going off on love. I know. Since you were. And then came shuttlecock with stringed instruments, harp, flutes and guitars. Hurdy-gurdy. Slurried, slurred, Soldini. Cellos. Pose. Staccato. Legato. Pointed points of Lucas. Many Lucas.